Well, that's that. You know, I'm honestly happy with with pretty much everything, and the reason is this: it was a tumultuous season for the Packers. We started 3-1, and even though the wins were kind of iffy, it still looked like we were going to be at the usual form we had been the last about 3-4 years. Then we suddenly hit a wall. We literally can't do anything right. And Rodgers is rickety and not clicking with the receivers he has. And all of a sudden, at 3-6, I'm left bitter and pissed at everything that's happened. And I wrote about it on Vocal, where I said Rodgers deserved better and he should have had it a long time ago. But then, and in December, I just went, well, our season's over. Yeah, I was pretty resigned to the fact that our season was kaput. And I said I was going to focus on my fantasy football. I didn't win a league, but I finished third in 2 leagues. At least I believe I have. But and I was kind of hoping I was pulling for some other teams in the AFC. I was hoping that the Steelers would kind of get in from the AFC. But then even when we won, we got our next win. It was against the Bears. I thought, well, at least our season's going to end. At least we can still own the Bears. And then we beat the Rams, and all of a sudden we had a little bit of a chance because we were like this close behind the playoff line. And then week 16 happened. We needed about 1 million things to go right, and they all did, and we won. I thought, wow, we can get in. Even after all this, we can get in. And then the following week, Washington loses, and we win. So all of a sudden, we were 1 win away from getting in, and we just didn't get it. And a lot of factors could be blamed. Some blown opportunities. The Jones fumble, of course. Quay Walker's being an absolute idiot. Seriously, why would you put your hands on a member of like the medical staff with everything that happened this past Monday? Why would you do that? But I'm not really gonna go into woulda, shoulda, couldas, because I'm actually more content with this than I was last year. Because last year we had the number 1 seed again, and we blew it. We had the number 1 seed, and we just coughed it up. Lost at home to the Niners. And it was a game where nobody was doing anything right, including Rodgers. Rodgers had that 1 touchdown pass, and after that, we never really saw him do much of anything. So I was really pissed and dejected with that loss. This year, I can't really say I have any complaints because we were not supposed to last this long. We were dead entering Rodgers' birthday on December 2nd. Yet, we managed to eke out a decent winning streak, and everybody else around us fell to get to this point in the final literal game of the regular season where we had a chance to get in with a win. So the fact that we got this far, where we should have been eliminated about 4 weeks ago, with what little we have, that leads me to believe that next year, even with the 40-year-old Rodgers, if we get like one more important piece, we might go do something. I leave this. I kind of end this Packers season immensely optimistic, even though it was good, even though it was close. I find myself immensely optimistic for next year, because who knows? We had about this little, and yet we still almost made it. Imagine what we can do next year. I'm totally excited and happy, and I got a bit emotional when I saw Rodgers and Cobb together because they've been through a lot. Cobb came back to the Packers, and it was just a nice reunion. They've been through a lot. The 4th and 8 from 9 seasons ago is still running in my head. But it's like I said, I can't really complain. I can't complain. It's been a good. It was a good ending, and all I can say is I think something good's going to happen for us next year. Of course, speaking of emotions, it was kind of an emotional week overall because it was the first bit of football played after Damar Hamlin. After what happened to Damar Hamlin, of course, he's been improved so much, and of course the Bills, they won it for him. It was like fate. The game started with the Bills returning the opening kickoff all the way. And that's just amazing. They had 2 of those that game. So they took down the Patriots. The Patriots had the win it in scenario, and they didn't do it. And the Steelers won. The Steelers won first. The Steelers won over the Browns, but the Panthers. The Dolphins won over the Jets in an ugly game that had no touchdowns in it, 11-6. So with that, the Patriots were eliminated with the loss, which was the last to happen. And even though the Steelers won, Miami's win eliminated the Steelers. So Miami got that last spot, left in the playoffs after another Florida team did it. They did it. Can you believe it? They actually did it. And Jacksonville won the AFC South. It was their first division title since 2017, and only the second time they've won the AFC South since the divisions were formed in 2002. They beat the Titans, which meant the Titans ended their season losing 7 in a row after starting 7-3. I've never seen a thing like that. So that's science, Phil. And also, before Sunday Football, the Seahawks won in overtime against the Rams. So their win eliminated Detroit, and after Detroit beat us, that put the Seahawks gave them the last spot. So it's all filled out. But yeah, it's amazing. It was an amazing final week, and like I said, I'm very optimistic about the Packers next year. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens and how Rodgers is going to lead this team and how he's going to do it. Now he's going to turn 40 next season. But I kind of think Dan Campbell should get Coach of the Year. He should get Coach of the Year even with this year. I mean, they were close. They finished with a winning record too. But I think that's going to end up going to Brian Daboll, because what the Giants did was kind of amazing as well. But actually, I'm checking my fantasy right now. I said I finished in 3rd place in 2 leagues. Let me see if that score is final. But yeah, of course, Kansas City got the number 1 seed. Kansas City got the number 1 seed in the AFC. And with the Bills' victory, yep, I won my 3rd place game. See, I got 2 bronze medals this year. Where is it? Oh yeah. So yeah, with the Bills' victories, with the Bills and Chiefs both winning, they did pass the proposal. So if the Bills and Chiefs face off in the AFC Championship, it's going to be the neutral site. We don't know where though. But and as far as the Cincinnati-Baltimore thing, that's pretty much solved because Cincinnati beat them. Cincinnati beat Baltimore, and that matchup is official. They will meet in the wild card, and it is going to be in Cincinnati. No coin flip will be needed. So elsewhere, Tom Brady made history again. For the first time in his career, he made the playoffs of a losing record. The Buccaneers finished 8-9, but they won the division. Oh my goodness! So the Buccaneers finished 8-9, but they won the division over 3-7-10 teams. And Carolina's the second place team via tiebreaker. But yeah, so the Packers, the Packers are done. But like I said, I'm pretty optimistic about next year. And Philadelphia got the number 1 seed finally. They did get it. They beat the Giants and got it. And Dallas is locked in at number 5. And San Francisco's now the second. It's locked in as the second seed. So it's all solved. It's all locked in. All the playoff matchups are set. Let me look it up because I think they announced the wild card schedule. They announced the wild card schedule, and it is as follows. I got it on the ESPN app right here. Niners and Seahawks will kick off Super Wild Card Weekend. Third meeting of the season. It's always interesting when the divisional opponents face off in the postseason, but yeah. Niners will host the Seahawks. That'll kick off Wild Card Weekend on Saturday the 14th, and that'll be followed by the Jaguars hosting the Chargers. That's gonna be good. Jaguars host the Chargers. That's on NBC. Of course, the Seahawks and Niners. That's on Fox. On Sunday the 15th, the Bills will host the Dolphins. And then on CBS, then on Fox, the Vikings will host the Giants, and then Bengals Ravens for the second straight week in Cincinnati. That's gonna be on NBC on the Sunday night slot. And then Monday night is the second year they got the Wild Card Monday. Is the Bucks and Cowboys. Of course, they put Brady on Monday. Brady in Dallas, yeah, that gets its own day. But so that's the wild card. That's the wild card lineup, and of course, the Chiefs and the Eagles each have number 1 seeds. We won't see them until the divisional playoff. So yeah, the regular season's done. It's playoff time. I love the NFL playoffs. I am excited for it, even though my boys won't be in it, even though the Steelers will be in it, because I was really hoping Pittsburgh would be there, but no. But Wildcard Weekend is going to be fun. It's going to be fun as hell, and I can't wait. So that's my recap of Week 18, the final week. What a season! A lot of twists and turns of seasons. And of course, Damar Hamlin continues to improve, and it's just amazing. So, if you like this video, click the like button, click subscribe. If you want more of my story on Week 18, will be in the description below. Check it out when you can. And I'll be back to recap Wild Card Weekend on Monday night after all the games are over. So stay tuned.